NBA season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
You keep on whooping up on us, I'm telling you.
First play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
61.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, trade for somebody else.
He'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 23.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, man, we were having good seasons, and then you entered.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10.
Yeah, what happened today, man?
On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far.
Yeah.
2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
I got him next in that league.
Defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for KC. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there. Get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
I went down and just stayed down.
When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark
Kind of took
some
steam out of yourself. I kind of wish I was watching y'all's game.
A give to Williams, running right. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him
when you get this PS5 controller, you're going to have to take care of that thing, because I'm sure them bitches are going to be expensive.
Comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does.
With the price of games going up and everything, I assume that they're probably going to be about $70, $80.
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you like to mix it up.
Oh my God. It was like a Dungeon and Dragon football game. We couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
What's the score?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time,
I can't say nothing. Yeah, I definitely can't say nothing.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Damn it.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check, check, 9. Hey, tight down, there you go. Check 13, check 13. 36, 36. Check, 99.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return comes to a halt right at the 40.
You were lighting me up with old Jimmy Garoppolo. Some of them catches, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck he's making these, but he was lighting me up.
guy shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But
just
remember,
good play calls.
Noted,
oh, I'm not going to say they wasn't good play calls, but there was some I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? He don't need help.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Ah, shit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops.
So when y'all played 21, was the announcers different, or is it the same announcers?
Seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, things get a little tougher.
Can't get rid of them fuckers, can we?
For Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play.
I mean, it is just the beta. Hopefully they'll listen and fix some shit. I haven't played it, so I don't have any opinion on it. I just go based off what everybody tells me.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
Yeah.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's
you back under coach suggestions.
Right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped.
I got 5 rushes for -1 yards.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Yellow, yellow. 53, slide. Tackle, tackle.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the kick by Butker is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. There's a
Are you fucking kidding me? People get the wildest fucking animated catches on me.
Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Holy shit.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, I need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Seattle's O-line just is not good.
I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
Let's get it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. First down, Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
Mahomes now to throw. They complete it to Hill. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, it's Mahomes being chased out left. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this one is right down the middle. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done.
Don't sound good.
They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 43, 15. I'm coming. If you kill it, motion me out. Check.
Washington on 3rd and short. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him.
I may have just fucked myself in this game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we said?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
Double dog, that's the way.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
I'm up by 5, but I made a stupid. I went for it on 4th and inches, QB sneak. Shit did not work, and he got the ball on like the 15-yard line, 20-yard line.
He's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they step
got a safety.
behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying
what
to
happened?
finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go,
Again, it's Williams. He'll be taken down at the
that's
48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
4th.
Now Mahomes.
Ow.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's cool you kept it close, because, yeah, I could think. I'm gonna go with you. No, honestly, he drops a lot of them, but I'm trying to think. That Murphy Murphy has a lot of picks for me. Yeah.
Start from great punt.
Fantastic punt, and for all those who wonder, what do punters
But yeah,
do
honestly,
during the
with
course of practice each
oh
and every
dude,
day?
I drop a lot of them. I play them right. I just can't
Work on
catch
positioning
them.
the football and helping their team.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
Okay, maybe I know Murphy has quite a bit too. I think Peterson had like 4. Yeah, had like 4 or 5 in one game, so it boosted his up a lot.
We think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Yeah, I was picking people off, and then I started playing better users, and it hasn't went too great for me.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVP.
No, I'm playing an EMF light. If I win this game, I have a really good chance at making playoffs. We're in week 16. I noticed Chris, he disappeared in this league also.
This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I hope it, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I hope everybody gets back to normal. Because when I first entered that league, everybody was cool. It was fucking fun.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now.
That's one thing I'm not, I mean, I may get a little hyped in the moment, but I'm not going to get emotional and fucking let it affect my day.
As they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll take it across the 50 and into
like this guy keeps running stretch. And I'm actually stopping it though, so I can't be too mad.
Here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down.
But he's got the ball in the 48 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and I'm up 5. So I gotta stop him here.
On second down, Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
He was still tired from last game.
Tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Her tooth loose in the front.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He may try and run for this. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Running is Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it down.
And he fumbles when I use him.
And use their timeouts.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Second and goal from the 1. One more time with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Now this time he'll look to throw. And a big turnover.
Fuck yeah, I just beat this guy. You'll have to watch. I mean, how many yards do you lose on a quarterback nil? Is it 1 or 2? Shit, now I gotta run the ball here.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Now it's game. This dude had the ball with like 3 minutes, all the way down to the 1-yard line, ran it the whole way down, and then decided to throw a pass and throw a pick.
By a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
And I need to win.
Shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells them